This is not only a script writing word, it's also a creative writing word. It's also something that just exists in real life. So you'll see these all over the place. So the pronunciation is kind of weird because the AGE makes a Z sound, which seems kind of weird, right? But AGE is actually a Z, right? So montage. Everybody say that. Montage.
Montage.
Yeah, montage. Yeah, I have heard kids say it as Montague, which is definitely not correct. It's not Montague. It's montage. So a montage, kind of like the picture, it's a series of events that shows sometimes a theme, or sometimes the series of events shows time passing. The synonyms are a little bit interesting. Like, how many of you have ever, raise your hand if you've made a collage? Collage. Yeah, where you cut out a bunch of pictures, right, and put them all together. So bring it over, I'll show you. Montage technically is a French word, but English, a lot of the times we adopt other words from other languages into our language. So in French, a montage literally means to assemble. So I'm just going to show you one so you can kind of see what I mean here. But we've got a series of events showing a theme or time passing. So this is a Rocky montage, which is super famous. Before you can do any parts of the project. Do this one first and then bring it to me. Mm-hmm. Covered. That's labeled headphones. Yeah, right? So we've got a bunch of different themes, or scenes. Remember, in French, it means to assemble. So we take a bunch of little shots and we put them together. So this is an old boxing movie. Rocky is very famous. It's in Philadelphia. Yeah, Ollie. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So the whole, what do you think? If you had to guess, what is the point of this montage, this series of events? Yeah, to show his training, to show his progress. Exactly. So in real life, all of this, you could probably guess, would have been like months worth of effort. But sometimes in a movie, you need to be able to, like, skip a bunch of time. That's what the second sentence says, right? The montages as a creative writer can be really useful if you need to just skip ahead in the future and you still want to have like a couple of things that you showed. That's where you use a montage. Yeah, next. Exactly, Mr. Incredible. You'll see lots of training montages are very popular, but they're not the only kind of montage. Okay, good. So then go back to modules, and then you'll continue from where you left. Yep. And then this part is also like showing how much better he's gotten because he starts running really crazy fast by the end. So you'll have training montages, you'll have falling in love montages, you'll have makeover montages. This right here is super iconic. If you go to Philadelphia and you go to this building, there is it's called the Rocky statue. Because this moment, he's like had this moment of triumph after all this hard work and all this training. Here it goes, right there. That moment of triumph. So that's one montage. I'm going to show you another. So this is a different kind of montage. This is a montage that's really just kind of helping you skip ahead in time very quickly. This is the Up montage. We're basically seeing their entire life in 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Like, this on its own could have been a movie, right? But the point of Up is not Carl and Ellie, although they are an important part of the movie. So they're kind of giving background knowledge, right? All these flashbacks, all of these little series of events, when we assemble them together, which is a montage, then we're giving all that important background knowledge, but in a really fast way, so that we can get to the part that we need to be at. It's also, this one's kind of cool, because it's got montages within a montage. There's the balloons that have their own progression. There's also his ties that you'll see in a minute here. But notice how much older they've gotten since the beginning. You can also see, like, it's just kind of following a natural progression of life. I mean, I'm not saying everybody sees babies in the clouds, but, you know. Makes me want to watch Up again. I haven't seen it in a while. I know, it is. The good news is this one doesn't show the saddest part, so that's kind of a good thing. Although this part is sad. They find out they can't have a baby. So, notice how they're kind of slowing down on the parts they really want you to pay attention to, right? And they're spending a little bit of time, like longer time. But then the last part of the montage goes really fast. So now we have a new goal. We're going to start saving money for it. So this is another montage within the montage, the saving money montage. So they're going to show us how much time is passing every time they put in more money. More money, I said that weird. But then life happens. Oh my gosh. Buying tires, paying taxes, and having to pay for a new roof are the worst parts of being an adult. I just bought a new roof. It was $13,000. Yeah, welcome to being an adult. Also tires I had to buy recently, which was not fun. That's okay. So here's the other montage within the montage. We've got the ties. Notice how much older he is by the end. And then you also have the balloon montage within the montage. It's pretty genius, actually, how they're using montages. And we had a whole life, right? An entire life. So I want to remind you really quick. I have a couple more examples for you, but I want to remind you just this little bit of this video that shows you how to write a montage in a script specifically. Okay.
Step 3. Montages and action. A montage is when a series of shots are used to build up a collective picture or feel. They can be
and I hope that you will write a montage in your script. So it's literally just as simple as typing montage, and then you just do A-B-C-. You can have as many little bits of the montage as you want, or as few as you want, but that's how you do it.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex roars and runs down the hill.
You can also kind of do this for the you try box.
Screams. A helicopter flies overhead. A large explosion as a bomb is set off. Double spacing is used between the lines, and the shots are designated by ascending alphabetical letters.
And again, you can really quickly skip a lot of time just by doing a montage. And that's kind of what the second sentence says. And just in case that wasn't enough ideas, I do have a couple more examples, because montages, seriously, I would probably argue almost every movie ever has a montage. This one is from The Devil Wears Prada. This is a classic makeover montage. She kind of starts out as a typical, like, awkward character. And yeah, by the end of this one, she is a lot more savvy and refined and more fashionable, because she's working at a fashion magazine. So they're also showing us like all of her cool outfits here. So it's a very different kind of montage, right? They're also showing us how much time is passing. Every new outfit you can kind of assume is another day. And so... or she just changes every 5 seconds, yeah. Okay, so we'll end that one right there. And then, this is a very classic chick flick falling in love montage. I have to make sure I stop at the right part. Hold on. Okay. So this is from an older movie called Runaway Bride, who... it's a typical, like, I met you and I decided to marry you 5 seconds later, which is not the best idea. But they're gonna show us, like, how quickly their relationship progresses without having to spend too much time on it. Because they want to get to the good part. They don't want to spend the whole movie on just why they ended up liking each other. So again, we've just got, like, a series of shots here. Runaway Bride was a classic in my family. My sister watched it, like, once a month, I swear. And notice how we keep switching between different scenes here.
Relationship.
We've got a bunch of different, just like moments. It's like a snapshot of all these little bits where they kind of fell for each other. Okay, so we'll stop that one right there. And then I think I have one more for you. Sorry, I have so many. But I think it's interesting to just see how popular montages are. Just like Max was saying, like the... Mr. Incredible, right? The training montage. Let's actually skip to the training part. But this is another training montage. Be working on turning in your vocab chart, because this is the last part, okay? So turn in your vocab chart, guys.
That someone would come along. A fella who ring the bell for once. Not the gong. The kind who wins trophies. Won't settle for low fees.
So he started in 11th place there, and notice how young he is, right? He's kind of awkward and not very coordinated. So then I'm gonna skip ahead because we're gonna see the progression. He's starting to get a little better.
Like painting a masterpiece. It's
Yay,
a work of
we've got some
art.
success.
It takes more than sinew. Comes down to what's in you.
That's a Karate Kid reference. And see how much time they just skipped? He went from awkward teenager to an actual adult in like 3 minutes. And again, we also see, just like the Rocky training montage, he's so much better by the end, right? All that training paid off. So just because we had a bunch of training montages and a falling in love montage and a makeover montage doesn't mean those aren't the only type, right? Just like Carl and Ellie, you can also have a montage just to show a bunch of time passing, right? So now you have that trick, everybody. We are done with montage, so go ahead.